All right, so anyways, this is my boat. It is a paper boat with bulkheads in it and a small hole in it, and we are gonna set it in the water and see what happens. The small hole is on the bottom right here. It's pretty detailed. This is my most detailed ship ever, and I really like this type of. The reason why I like making ships like this is because then, you know, when I sink them, it's truly permanent. So it's pretty cool. And it also creates a wreck site, which is pretty cool too. So anyways, let's put it in and we'll watch the sinking. Now I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna let it sit there. It does have a weight in it so that the water will kind of be forced in. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I do know that there aren't many bulkheads, so there's only, I think, around like 4 watertight compartments. And of course the bulkheads don't go up too high, so the ship will actually sink. But yeah, I'll shut up now and experience this. Now I will also periodically just kind of reposition it. Might need a bigger hole. And then again, the sinking will start out pretty uneventful. It's really when the ship starts to plunge is when it really accelerates. And usually that's around when the ship's back starts going under is when usually plunges happen. You can see there's the kind of like a grand staircase area that I made with actual windows and the bridge and the forward portals. Oh, and a little bit of that. So yeah, this is, hold on, I'm gonna make a bigger hole on this. The hole is weak enough. There we go. Now that should speed things up. Because the hole was weakened, it's much easier to put a hole in. We'll just say that the boiler exploded. But yeah, now we'll actually start to see it sink. I'm gonna try not to interfere with it much. This bathtub is also really dirty. It's sat empty for almost a year. The last time I did one of these, it was a really small ship. I even recorded the whole thing, but it just wasn't really interesting. It never actually sank because I didn't know to put a weight in it. Because paper is naturally buoyant. Even when it's waterlogged, it's pretty buoyant. Maybe I'll also try getting some more unique angles too. It's about the water here. I've also added rigging onto this model. Just gonna push it down so that I can flood a little bit. There we go. All right, so we now see forward portholes beginning to go under. Now it really is up to the way that it starts to tilt if it'll develop a list. I know that the last time I sunk a ship like this, it had a little bit of a list, but then it actually equalized out right before the final plunge, kind of like what the Titanic did. So that's pretty interesting. It's also significantly heavier now. The ship doesn't have much time left. And while it would look fine to passengers on board, the ship would definitely be in great peril. So here we're watching the stern and watching it start to kind of come out of the water. kind of hate how it's not, well, I just kind of hate how it's kind of moving around a lot. Makes it hard to record. That's why I want to make a paper one. Oh, look, that lower deck is completely under the water line. Maybe I should put a bigger weight in it. Oh well. You know, it is pretty big though, so it will take a little while for it to sink. Guess it's good for the fake passengers on board. Gives them time to prepare. I mean, you can definitely see from the exterior that it's starting to angle down. It's like those long establishing shots in Titanic. You can kind of see the ship at the 6-degree angle. Hoping that this will look good. Oh, this does look pretty good. I cannot wait to see this footage. Yeah. 6 minutes in, and we've only seen minor amounts of trim forward. But you can definitely tell that the bow is starting to become a lot heavier. Oh yeah, I think the bow is actually really close. Now this ship I named the Atlantic, but you can't even tell because the nameplate is so poorly drawn. But yeah, water is up to the forward nameplate. The ship does not have long. Ooh, and I would not want to open that boarding door there, because that's also going under. And the stern is actually starting to come out of the water. Oh boy, oh, it's about to plunge. Hold on, I want to get this from an angle, from forward, looking aft angle. Oh, yep, the bow's going under. Oh, it's all over now. It's about to plunge. I'm not gonna touch it. Oh, it's getting a port listen. Oh, it's plunging. Oh God. Oh, the bridge, it's going. Oh, yep, there it goes. And the ship plunges to the bottom. Oh, that looks so cool. And there's a lot of air trapped in the stern. Oh, there it goes. Oh, this time it actually plunged all the way, kind of. There we go. All right, so the aftermath, this is what happens after I pull it out of the water. The entire hull kind of collapsed, if you look down there. And I actually poked some holes in there so that the water could drain, which is what these little creases are. And realistically, the ship probably would have done that if it had slammed into the bottom in real life with an extreme amount of force. You can see that the forward mast is snapped back. Surprisingly, this little anchor crane is all right. You can see the rigging is still attached because it was very well attached. Now we can also see a lot of buckling in the hull and the superstructure. And the funnel has fallen off, and yet still the rigging is attached. And the aft mast is completely collapsed. Surprisingly though, the stern is actually kind of in better condition than the bow. So yeah, that's pretty cool.